Planet of the Fakes 4 Families, and Pigstar HH News. If you truly believe that the medics and firefighters should have done something, put on the uniform yourself. How dare you tell us our lives are worth less than someone else's? That we should be put in danger when we're not trained, and without weapons. How dare you tell us how to do our jobs? Go be a vigilante if you're so determined that you would have stepped in. I've been held at knife point, shot at, been held against my will, been assaulted and left with injuries. Been stalked all at work. That's not okay. We're healthcare providers, not cops. I want to make it home to my family too. If you want to die at work, go for it. I'm not going to. Not for a patient, not for a stranger, not even for my partner. Emily Mammal Thats is called a coward. That is the most cowardly response. They did absolutely nothing to help. Nothing. And yet you defend these heroes. Girl, bye. If you truly believe capable men who outnumbered this guy, let's even just say 4-1 if the medics stayed to help the husband, F.A. There, should have done nothing except watch, listen to her be dragged to her death and then let the perpetrator walk away. You are a coward. I'd see what uniform you have on, if you can justify listening to a woman die in a room while a room full of physically capable people do nothing, you don't RVE to put that uniform on and say you have people's interest at heart. No, you have your interest at heart, and if you are scared enough to let someone die while you justify it saying it wasn't your job. You don't deserve that job. Maybe they should start training EMS and fire, especially since they're usually first on scene. Then we don't have to sit and listen to cowardly people like you complain about the job you signed up to do. I'm sure the target in your town is hiring, probably less hazardous to your health. Face with rolling eyes middle finger. Keisha FW. There are some places in the world where those life savvy should be carrying guns to protect themselves. Save the life in this room, or save the life in that room. What'll we do? Brenda Jacobs lay. I will feel much better knowing they try something even if they are not successful, but they try because that one person in the other room don't need 4 to 5 person to help him. Keisha FW. No. That is pure ignorance. We need to sacrifice our life without any weapons. We are trained to back out of unsafe situations until the police arrive. It's extremely sad and unfortunate, but we don't enter situations like those. Charlene Boulton. It is not about pure ignorance, it's about asking a question why 4 to 5 person in room was unable to do nothing, and I mean nothing. Throw a stone, shout out stop, apply some destruction, showing him down with the fire hose, and I mean something, thinking face eyes eye. I also can understand what you are saying because we all have to follow work policy. However, I can see where the emergency team such as the ambulance and firefighter would feel out of place, expressionally the ambulance staff, because I know they don't have a clue what to do. But the firefighters. Keisha FW. There are some places in the world where those life savvies should be carrying guns to protect themselves. Save the life in this room, or save the life in that room. What'll we do? Keisha FW. Firefighters aren't trained to go into hostile situations. It's okay to risk their life to save someone. No, it's not. The police handle hostile situations. If half of the people on this thread worked EMS, you wouldn't last a day. Use the fire hose. Are you crazy? It'd take 4 to 5 minutes to undo the hose and start the water. She was already dead by then. Research before you comment. I will never risk my life as a paramedic for anyone. My family needs my home and I'm not good to other patients dead. Obviously this family situation had been building up for quite some time. It's unfortunate, but before you tell us to get out of our privileged lane, learn our goddamn job. None of our job is privileged. Doing CPR on a 6-month-old because the month beat the baby so bad isn't privileged. Telling a wife her husband of 60 years just passed away isn't privileged. It destroys you slowly. Learn shit before typing. My condolences to the family of the victim. God will turn this turmoil into a triumph. After the grandmother and the eldest child put a lawsuit on the EMS, fire department and the county they live in because I'm sure the victim filed reports on the young man before. This doesn't resonate as just an isolated incident. Smirking face with rolling eyes unamused face. Y'all can get upset if you want to, but those kids will be provided for by God because their sole provider died in a tragedy. Sad but relieved face. It was a homicide! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. She was murdered. Katrenia Keen Cook. I'm sorry, but what? I'm a paramedic in Michigan and we are not trained for hostile situations. We are actually directed by every single county in Michigan to fall out if the situation becomes hostile and to wait for the police. Again, we have no weapons. We have nothing. You're okay with the firefighters and paramedics possibly losing their lives as well? No. We don't sign up for that. The police handle those situations. We are trained to help in medical emergencies. Medical, not physical but hostile situations. Katrenia Keen Cook. I'm sorry, but what? I'm a paramedic in Michigan and we are not trained for hostile situations. We are actually directed by every single county in Michigan to fall out if the situation becomes hostile and to wait for the police. Again, we have no weapons. We have nothing. You're okay with the firefighters and paramedics possibly losing their lives as well? No. We don't sign up for that. The police handle those situations. We are trained to help in medical emergencies. Medical, not physical but hostile situations. Charlene Boulton. As I stated in the last comment, I fully understand truly, but I'd have to wonder if they checked on her while she was screaming, or did they wait till she stopped?